Throughout history, few empires have shaped the world as profoundly as the Roman Empire and the British Empire. Though separated by more than 1,000 years, both ruled vast territories and influenced millions of people. They controlled trade, culture, politics, and warfare on a global scale. By comparing these two empires, we can better understand how power rises, how it is maintained, and why it eventually declines. The Roman Empire began as a small city-state in Italy. Through military conquest, alliances, and political reforms, Rome expanded across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Its rise was driven by disciplined armies, strategic roads, and effective governance. The British Empire, on the other hand, started as a small island nation. Its expansion began through exploration, trade, and naval dominance. Britain used its powerful navy to establish colonies across Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Oceania. While Rome expanded mainly by land, Britain expanded across the seas. Rome's military strength lay in its legions. Roman soldiers were highly trained, well-equipped, and extremely disciplined. They built forts, roads, and supply lines wherever they went. Military service was a cornerstone of Roman citizenship and identity. Britain relied heavily on its navy. Control of the oceans allowed Britain to protect trade routes and move troops quickly. Rather than occupying every region with soldiers, Britain often ruled through local elites and indirect control. This allowed Britain to manage a far larger empire with fewer troops than Rome. The Roman Empire developed a complex system of laws and administration. Roman law applied across the empire and remains influential even today. Governors ruled provinces but answered directly to the emperor. Rome encouraged cultural integration by granting citizenship to conquered peoples. The British Empire used a mix of direct rule and indirect rule. In some regions, British officials governed directly. In others, local rulers remained in power under British supervision. British legal systems, especially common law, were exported to colonies and still exist in many former territories. Rome's economy was based on agriculture, taxation, and trade within the Mediterranean. Its road network enabled efficient movement of goods, soldiers, and information. Slavery played a major role in Roman economic life. Britain's economy was driven by global trade and industrialization. The empire benefited from raw materials taken from colonies and sold manufactured goods back to them. This system created immense wealth for Britain, but often harmed colonial economies. Unlike Rome, Britain's empire was deeply tied to capitalism and industrial production. Roman culture spread through language, architecture, and religion. Latin became the foundation of many modern European languages. Roman engineering, such as aqueducts and amphitheaters, still stands today. British cultural influence spread through the English language, education systems, and political institutions. English became a global language. British customs, sports, and legal traditions influenced societies around the world. Both empires reshaped the identities of conquered peoples, though often at great human cost. The Roman Empire declined due to internal corruption, economic problems, overextension, and invasions. Its fall was gradual, stretching over centuries. By 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire collapsed. The British Empire declined in the 20th century. Two world wars weakened Britain economically and politically. Colonial independence movements grew stronger. Unlike Rome, Britain's empire ended largely through political negotiation rather than total collapse. Both empires dominated vast territories and shaped global history. Both relied on strong military power and efficient administration. However, Rome ruled primarily through land conquest, while Britain ruled through sea power. Rome sought cultural assimilation, while Britain often maintained cultural separation. Their methods differed, but their impact was equally profound. The Roman Empire and the British Empire were products of their time. Each represented the peak of power in its era. By studying them side by side, we learn how empires rise, govern, influence, and ultimately decline. Their legacies still shape our world today, from laws and languages to borders and global systems.